Hello, YouTube. This is Bash bringing you here for week. I believe it is week 7. Yeah, week 7. I believe we are up against Joseph and the Everton Empoleons. Team consists of Muse, Scolipede, Arcanine, Haxorus, Alone Persian, Rotom, Mega Venusaur, Clefable, Cobalion, Gastrodon, and up here. My team consists of, or in his offensive Z users are Scolipede, Cobalion, overall Z users being Alone Persian. My team consists of Zeraora, Necrozma, Bisharp, Blizzard, Valley, Aluminum Persian, Mega Lopunny, Dawn Manatee, Hoopa Unbound, Comfey, and Swampert, with offensive Z captains being Zeraora, Necrozma, and overall Z captain being Hoopa Unbound. We did make some transactions since the last time we recorded, so I'll go over them in a second. But I'll just go over it now, I guess. We ended up dropping Dragonite and Empoleon and Zebstrika for Zeraora, Bisharp, and a little Executor. There's a couple reasons why I did that. First off, the most biggest reason was because I don't know if you guys saw the match from last week, but I was not having really fun during that match, and I felt like I really should put more. I should have more fun while having these matches, I guess. And that's why I decided to just grab a team that I want to use. Like a little Executor is fun to use. I've never used Bishop before. I never used a little Executor before. And Zero is just a fun mod to use to begin with. So that's why I ended up making these transactions. I know it had some weakness to my team, but whatever. We'll just deal with it. I just wanted to use this team, just have more fun with it, I guess. Also, I would like to say that my Mega Lopunny doesn't like psychic types, and my Dark type doesn't get Pursuit. So I felt like that grabbing a mod with actual Pursuit would be nice, or actual Dark type with Pursuit. And grabbing Double Dark isn't the worst thing in the world, especially since Bishop and Hoopa don't even share the same weaknesses at all. So that's something good to know. But let's go into looking at this team. Scolipede literally destroys my entire team. If it gets up an SD, it's so terrifying. Which is something to note. Mew is probably his best switch into Mega Lopunny. My peers. He did end up. He did end up grabbing Gastrodon right before this match from Mantine. So I'm kind of expecting that to come. Gastrodon to help with Zeraora. Even though I have Grass Knot, I can carry Grass Knot and Zeraora. Old Persian's always pretty scary. It might be his way of trying to deal with that Hoopa Unbound, that or Cobalion. So that's something also to note. Cobalion has a decent brain against me. It does well against certain things and does bad against others. So it's really up to him what he wants to do with that. Clefable always annoying on to break through, but I think I could do it with Zeraora. With the fact that I have a Bisharp now that can put a lot of pressure on it, as I don't know if Empoleon would have been able to do that same thing as Bisharp can. And Blizzard probably can too if I end up bringing that. So I'll go into the team I'm bringing this week real quick. We are bringing Mega Lopunny here with Fake Out Return, High Jump Kick, Quick Attack, Adamant here, Adamant Damage. I pretty much put in, his team isn't that fast at all. His fastest mod, I believe, is in fact the Alone Persian, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Alone Persian. So I could add I could make this Adamant and hit a lot harder with it, which is really nice. I also had Fake Out Quick Attack for the Scolipede. As I said, Scolipede is very scary for right to you if it gets up an SD, so that's something good to note. Return and High Jump Kick is always just a good stab to really break his team. Now we have Eclipse here. This is my way of making sure Scorpion doesn't sweep me. I have Moonlight, Photon Geyser, Signal Beam, Thunder Wave, Tanga Berry on max HP, max defense. Photon Geyser pretty much always takes out Scorpion unless it's like Periappa. And +2, what's it called? Z Megahorn will not take me out. So that's something good to know. So that means Necrozma is literally here to deal with that. So if Scolipede is gone or doesn't bring it, I can use Necrozma a lot more freely. which could be nice, but this is really my way of dealing with Scorpion because the Scorpion is a monster. So now we got checkmate here. The bishop with sucker punch, pursue, iron hand, low kick. This is my way to trap Mew. I have chop of area on this to be able to take the fighting type attack from Mew, which is very likely that he will have that. And it also, depending on how much investment Cobalion has, I could actually possibly take a close combat from that too. Um, yeah, don't think there's many else that really needs it. I mean, Arcanine can get close combat, but doesn't need it. This mat for Bishop, and Haxorus gets superpower, but it doesn't need it. Oh, sorry, I'm so tired. When recording this, but Haxorus doesn't need either to run an Earthquake or something like that instead. So that's something good to note. So it's really here for the Mew to trap this in and weaken it down so Mega Lopunny can put a lot more pressure on this team. Sucker Punch, Pursue, Iron Head, Low Kick, and Chop and Burn. Defiant also is very nice, especially with a lone person now, because if we party shots into this, I could get pretty much to +4. Wait, like +1. Yeah, +4 attack. Like that's just insane. And all I have to do is just switch him in on a party shot, and this thing becomes an absolute monster. And he has no ways to really be able to beat this. And he doesn't really have good ways to revenge it as well. As his way of revenging it would probably be Cobalion, or Cobalion, I guess. Or maybe Scolipede, but Scolipede gets destroyed by Sucker Punch. So if he doesn't have Cobalion, he doesn't really, or a fighting type move on a lone Persian, he's gonna have so much difficulty breaking, being able to take this thing down. As this thing could literally just 6-0 his team. If I get this switch this in on the parting shot. So now we got Facepalm making his debut. Checkmate making his debut this week. The Facepalm here, which is a very interesting set with Curse, Dragon Hammer, Seed Bomb Synthesis, Citrus Berry Harvest, Max HP, Max to Death. This is able to possibly 1v1 a lot of his mons. At +1 defense, at +1 with the Curse, I could deal Scolipede with this thing. I could also deal with Haxorus with this at +1. I could deal with a lot of his mons at +1. Clefable, I believe, had a chance to two-shot me, but just not after the Citrus Berry, and then same with the Mega Venusaur, so that's something good to know, unless they're offensively invested. Arcanine doesn't do too much to me either, because I'm not weak to Fire-type moves, because I have the Giant-type, and I don't think he's really expecting to run Ice coverage against me. Ice coverage isn't that amazing against me. I mean, it hits some mons, but it can't hit a lot of mons, honestly. It's not. It doesn't have. I don't have many super effective weaknesses to it. I would say Alolan, Zekador, and those are the only mons on my team that's weak to ice. And I guess Savali technically. I don't know. Savali doesn't really count because it can also count as a really good resist. So that's this whole set can actually put in a lot of work if we could get it in at the right time and make the right plays with it. Then we got Hoop on Bound. Substitute Psychic, Dark Pulse, Focus Blast, Z, Focus Blast. If Clefable is physically defensive instead of for death, this thing really gets it kill every time it gets a sub up, I'm pretty sure. Pretty much, yeah. So Z Focus Blast is there for Cobalion and the Alolan Persian. Psychic, if Clefable is physically defensive, 2 shots Clefable. Dark Pulse destroys Mew. Slowly gets destroyed by Psychic. Arcanine gets destroyed by Psychic / Dark Pulse. Haxorus as well. One person Z Focus Splash or Focus Splash. Rotom, Dark Pulse. Mega Venusaur or Psychic. Clefable, as I said, if it's physically defensive, 2 shot by Psychic. Cobalion gets destroyed by Z Focus Splash. Gastrodon just gets wrecked by Psychic and can't do much to Hook on Bound. Rhyperior gets destroyed by Z Focus Splash as well from Hoop on Bound. So that's something good to note. Hoop on is absolutely a monster this week. I just need to get subs up. Hopefully I can get subs up on the Mega Venusaur, which is really the game plan for this match. Or the Gastrodon if he brings that, as well as the Rotom isn't that bad either. Really depends on his set. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the mons I could really set up a sub on. And you, if he's not running a bug coat or like a U-turn kind of thing, possibly, depending on his set, I guess. Then last but not least, we got Zero Godspeed here making his debut as well. So we are bringing all 3 new mons this week. Volt Switch, Grass Knight, Outrage, Plasma Fist, Exactly. So the point of this set, well, at first the point of this set was to get momentum because Rhyperior and Gastrodon are both weak to 4 times weak to Grass, and Grass Knot is a very likely bring, as those are the 2 ways to stop Volt Switch. Um, which that also means that pretty much if I can click Grass Knot, I can pretty much 2-shot both of them unless they're Rindo Berry, which is good to know. Uh, yeah, so and I believe, yeah, so Sarah can put in a decent amount of work. And what I really want to do is have Mega Venusaur switch in on the Volt Switch, and I can get out to Hoop 'em Bound and sub up on that thing. So that's really the game plan for this week with that. And let's get into the match here real quick. Let's get rid of that. And here we are in the match. He ends up bringing Scolipede, Alolan Persian, Clefable, Mew, Rhyperior, Mega Venusaur. So notes right away. Bishop pretty much if if the Alolan Persian goes to a parting shot and I get into Bishop for free, I might just sweep. Pretty much. Yep, that's pretty much the extent of what this match is. I'm pretty sure I might just sweep. Nothing's living in his team. Scolipede gets destroyed by Sucker Punch. Lone Persian, unless he's carrying fighting type coverage, is not going to do much back, and I can destroy that with Low Kick. Clefable gets destroyed by Iron Head. Mew gets destroyed by Sucker Punch / Pursuit. Rhyperior gets destroyed by gets really badly hit by Iron Head as well as Low Kick, and especially at +4. Mega Venusaur gets wrecked by a move, especially if it's not defensive. So, I also would like to note that Cobalion didn't come, which was a huge thing for me. I think because Alolan Executor had a difficult time with Cobalion unless if it was an SD set, and Bisharp becomes this much more viable since Cobalion didn't come. I'm a little surprised he didn't bring Gastrodon. Thought he would over Rhyperior. I thought that was a better bring, I guess, but to deal with Zeraora, but because Grass Knot pretty much destroys Rhyperior, unless it's a Rindo Berry, which I don't think it is. I'm thinking it is kind of that or weakness policy kind of thing, rock polish kind of thing, I guess. Um, I could see why he didn't bring Arcanine. Arcanine didn't have the best of matchups. Mew, looking at his team, it looks like Mew is switching to Mega Lopunny, which is what I expected anyway. So that's something good to know. Things he left on the bench that were what else? The Haxorus. Haxorus wasn't actually even that bad against me. It was kind of scary. I didn't have the best way to deal with it with the team I brought. Outrage, which is why I brought Outrage on Zeraora, just so I don't lose to Haxorus if he tries to set up on Zeraora. So, let's get into this match. I believe I lead with Mega Lopunny, try to get the Fake Out off Mega Evolve turn 1. If he leads Mew, I can get the Fake Out, figure out what kind of set he is, and try to switch into Bisharp on that. I could also I believe if Scolipede leads, I could just hard switch out into my Necrozma. Don't think he'll go Mega Horn with turn 1. I think he'll go for T-Spikes or something like that if he leads with that. Alolan Persian, if he leads that, it's a good lead for Mega Lopunny. Clefable, if he leads that, I can get a Fake Off, figure out damage output, and then switch into my Bisharp. I can switch into Zeraora. Mew, as I said before, I can switch into Bishop. Right here, I can Fake Out. We can go into Alolan Executor. So we're looking pretty good if I lead Mega Lopunny. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Mew leads with Mimi, and he leads with Clefable. I'm going to go for a Fake Out turn 1. And I'm going to get a crit, which is alright. It sucks, but it's not going to really matter, and you'll see in a second. I'm going to hard switch out into Bisharp now, I think. Yeah, hard switch out into Bisharp, as he's just going for a soft blow, so it doesn't matter. The crit doesn't matter. He would have been at full anyway. And I'm going to go for an Iron Head, and you're going to see this does an incredible amount of damage. But based off this, he doesn't look that... There's a chance he could be speedy Mega Venusaur, and I really need this Bisharp around for the, what's it called? The Mew. Based off of what I think it is, he's very more offensive Mega Venusaur. He didn't look like he had any HP investment or attack. So, and I only sped prep for like a defensive Mega Venusaur. So that's why I'm gonna switch out here into, I believe, Hoop Unbound. Mega Venusaur can't do much to Hoop Unbound unless it goes for like a Fury Cutter. I don't know. Fury Cutter, I don't think does too much to me either way. But even though it's 4 times weakness in my defense, but he goes for Synthesis. I'm gonna sub on it, and pretty much if this is a physically defensive well, I can two-shot it. Um, but he's not in haste for death. But shows Shadow Ball, and that doesn't break my sub. So that means he can't break my sub, which is very interesting because I would think he would have Moonblast on this thing. But I'm gonna go for another Psychic, and Shadow Ball is able to break the sub. I'm gonna go for the sub again, to try to, because I know that he's just clicking Shadow Ball. So if that's the case, I'm just gonna sub up again and try to see if he can break it again. If he breaks it with Moonblast for some reason, not showing it earlier, it shows it now, then I can actually just take it out with Psychic anyway. So, but now I'm behind a sub, and he's going alone in Persian. I'm clicking the Z Focus Blast, and he goes for the foul play, and alone Persian's down, and that means so alone Persian's down, Clefable's down, and we're looking very good. Hoopa and Bound just claimed 2 kills right there. And I'm going to go, he goes into Scolpede, I'm going to go into Zeraor. I'm going to go hard Zeraor. I can live a Mega Horn here. But he goes for Buggy Z, and that takes me out. And sadly, I sack off my Tier 1 new Mon pretty turn 11. But Zeraor wasn't too important for the final game plan this week. It was really there just to try to get Hoopa Unbound in on Mega Venusaur. But so it's not the worst thing in the world, and this is the biggest threat to me. And I could go into Cosmo and fire for Photon Geyser and take this out here. Is he gonna go for Mega Horn? I eat that. Look at that. It does 25%, and I'm gonna go for a Photon Geyser and take this thing out. Thank you. Get the Scolpede out of here. That is the biggest threat on his team. Gone. And he's gonna go out to Mew, and he's gonna reveal Nasty Plot, which very shocked me. It really did. He ran Nasty Pot. I was expecting a defensive set, but now I'm freaking out a little bit because if he's Vacuum Wave, I'm in a very bad situation here. Vacuum Wave, Signal Beam, and Psychic could be really a problem for me, as it's able to pretty much deal with my entire team now. But he doesn't actually show any of those. He just shows Psychic there. It does a good chunk of me, but it turns out his coverage were Psychic, Aura Spear, and Grass Knot. Grass Knot doesn't really hit much other than the Swampert, so I guessing that's what it was for. But I'm just going to Moonlight here, and we're going to learn that pretty much Rhyperior does not like to miss Mega Horns. So he's going to go for the Mega Horn. I'm just going to try to get it to a comfortable position where I can live a hit from Mega Venusaur, so I can fire for Photon, guys. That's all I'm doing right now, which is why I'm going to be spamming a little bit of Moonlight. I just want to get to a point where I could beat Mega Venusaur with Necrozma. I'm going to go for Mega Horns, and he does not miss a single one. And he is getting, but it's not doing 50%. He goes for Stone Edge. It's not doing enough anyway. And I'm going to fire for Photon Geyser. Try to chip this thing down a little bit, and I could go for Moonlight again as he goes for Mega Horn. And I'm just going to go for another Moonlight here as see if he misses or anything like that. But he does miss this time. First miss in the entire time, so that's kind of crazy. His Rhyperior basically has like no guard until that turn. And he's gonna go for Mega Horn. I'm just gonna Moonlight again, try to get to a decent amount of health, just so I could actually beat the Mega Venusaur and try to keep the 5-0 here. So I'm just gonna Moonlight again, hoping for the miss or just to enough health I could beat Mega Venusaur as I said before, and I could just fire for Signal Beam, so I can save Photon Geysers for the Mega Venusaur. And now he goes into Mega Venusaur. I'm gonna go for a Photon Geyser here. He goes for Sludge Bomb. Shows that he's very offensive. Does a lot more than I expected it to do. And on this play, I'm gonna switch out into Bishop to make sure I get the 5-0. I could have went Mega Lopunny, but I went Bishop to block the Sludge Bomb. And Earthquake, offensive Earthquake, will not take me out from here based off that he's very special attacking. As you see, I eat that. Go for the Iron Head. And that is game. We picked up a 5-0 after coming off a very haxy loss last week, and the week before that we lost to B Baldo. So it feels nice to get back on track with this new team, new and improved team, which is a very fun team, which is why I made those transactions. If you guys disagree about those, please let me know in the comment section below. But I really wanted to have some fun with these new mods. They're very exciting to use. So I guess, and I believe we move on to a 5-2 plus 16. I believe is what we are now. We are playing OP Jellison next week, who is in fact 6-1. So that's very scary. Hopefully, we're able to take out OP Jellison next week, because I've been looking forward to this match this entire season, and hopefully we could win, because I would love to. I would love to beat OP Jellison. That'd be really hype, honestly. So, thank you everyone for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Next week against OP Jellison. So until next time, Bash out.